Miss Israel is playing an analog for Hitler. Like, it's so obvious, and nobody's even talking about that part. So today we're going to be talking about Rachel Zegler and Snow White. Yeah, there was like a recent thing about the movie on Piers Morgan where they were talking about something else and they just randomly mentioned the dwarves. So, Rachel Zegler. It's not that she seems spoiled. It's not just that she seems spoiled. And that, she seems like she's hyper obsessed with being snotty. No, it's that it's not even a Megan Fox type situation. Megan Fox was outlining, describing her director, and she was like, well, he's a sweetheart in offset, but when we're on set, he's like super intense, and he's like a Napoleon or like a Hitler, and like a girl in her early 20s messing up and like in her description being quoted like to make it seem like she's like calling the director a Nazi or something. Like that was the Megan Fox situation. Rachel Zegler went evidently so about the movie that she's like making like a spiritual like adaptation of, but she's also, she also called the prince a stalker. So in the original, the prince is a guy who shows up and he's like smiles at her and she smiles back and they make eyes at each other. So when she disappears, he goes off to find her and save her. That's what that is. There's no stalker. There's no stalkering present. So what the hell is she even talking about? This isn't like a casual mistake. This is her trying to shove anti-dude propaganda into something like generations of people have grown up with. It really feels like she got like her big break thanks to being in a Spielberg movie. Then people mysteriously lost her ticket, like didn't give her a ticket to the premiere of that movie, and people were like on her side. Like, why the hell are the why the hell is she not in the Oscars? She's one of the leads of the movie. Like, it's a Spielberg movie. What the hell is that? But yeah, now that we like got a sense of her, like I absolutely get why she wasn't invited to the Oscars. When we were like casually hearing about her not being invited to the Oscars, it was like, oh, the Oscars is so stupid. But no, like the prince isn't a stalker. Like, what the hell are you talking about? You're not a fan of the original. You're adapting. You're getting paid millions of dollars for this. It's a 1.5 hour movie. Like, how hard is it to do this? Like, standing in a dress. You're a chick. You wear dresses all the time. Like, it's like it millions of people every decade grow up with this movie. Like, generation, like it's not just the disrespect, it's the I am so better than this attitude. Like, we already got the modernization like a decade ago. It was like two movies. It was two movies. One had Lily Collins, it was more for kids, and one had Kristen Stewart fucking the director. It was made for teens. Kristen Stewart actually helped the director cheat on his wife, who played the mom of the little girl in her movie. Like, this happened like a decade ago. Like, we had like the Snow White that like that freed herself or whatever. Like, we had Warrior Snow White. Like, this isn't new. What is this? What is this? Like, it's a children's fairy tale. the original the 1930s Snow White is, short of the Chaplin movie, the most obvious in-your-face piece of anti-Nazi propaganda I have ever seen. Gal Gadot is adapting a character who was an analog for Hitler in a movie that came out like a year after Kristallnacht. Like, think about it. She is living in a ruined castle. She's of high status, but she's like cleaning the place. She goes off. She almost gets murdered, but the guy like tells her to leave the country, and he'll fake her death. Like, so she's a political exile whose main plot point, whose main part in the story is go and befriend the Untermensch, the rich Untermensch with the nose and the diamond mining. Like, it came out a year after Kristallnacht, and after she's saved, it's like, let's go back and kill the evil greedy witch, and the witch like turns herself into like her greedy version of herself to attack her, to like poison her. Like, it's very clearly anti-Nazi propaganda with a Germanic hero. Like, her being like super white is the point of the story, to oppose the chick who's super vain about being super fair. Like, that's the whole point of the story. One chick is just humble and friendly and wants to make friends, and the power of friendship destroys the evil chick who's like vain and obsessed about her looks and running a broken kingdom. Like, that's the whole point of the story. Like the power of friendship will beat the power of a vain like Nazi. Like, it came out the year after Kristallnacht. It's a Germanic fairy tale. Miss Israel is playing an analog for Hitler. Like, it's so obvious, and nobody's even talking about that part. Like, come on. It's so ridiculous. And the dwarves? Peter Dinklage messed up, like fucked up the role for the dwarves. I wanted dwarves. I wanted to see the dwarves. I would have watched dwarves. I mean, I probably would have watched it on Netflix, but like, I would have watched dwarves. Like, summon a hot chick, show some dwarves, like, defeat the dragon, make the dragon look cool. Like, Gal Gadot looks kind of stupid, actually. Like, I've seen the Rammstein video that had like an adaptation of Snow White's dress. I'm very confused about why Gal Gadot looks so dumb. It feels like Snow White's outfit is better than Gal Gadot's outfit, but like why? Like, I'm sure you could have made a better outfit with different materials. It looks ridiculous. Everything looks ridiculous. Come on. It's stupid. And the whole, she's not going to be saved by the prince. Like, we had that like a decade ago. What's so wrong about getting saved by the prince? And it wasn't the prince who beat the dragon. It was everyone together. Like, come on. Like, the dwarves and the prince and I think Snow White was there. Like, they all, like, just have them all beat the evil dragon together. Like give her some toy minions they can find. Like, there was absolutely no reason to call that guy a stalker. It was stupid. Instead of acknowledging that she said something stupid and apologizing because the prince wasn't a stalker, it's like, well, people are like hyperbolic and blah blah blah. No, there's a pool of millions of people like fucking on Twitter. Like, you're always gonna have people giving their take about something stupid. and giving their take about someone being disrespectful for the towards the IP that they are representing, that we generations of us grew up with. Like, stop playing the victim. You're a multi-millionaire in Hollywood getting jobs in spite of your movies like failing miserably. It's ridiculous. What are you even what are you doing? Like, just have her acknowledge that she's an idiot and apologize. She's not apologizing. There's this weird fakery going on where she's like, well, I'm such a young petite actress and people are mean to me and blah 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 blah. No, 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 no. You're not Megan Fox. You're like, just apologize and if she had apologized and acknowledged that she was being an idiot, and people had acknowledged that they were being idiots about the dwarves, and like Peter Dinklage is an idiot about it, all it would have taken was like 5 or 6 phone calls. Like, come on, like, this is Snow White. It shouldn't be that hard to just like I can't. I can't even. Like, I. And why does it look ugly? Why does it look ugly? Why did the CGI people not have enough time? All you have to do is just mix CGI with practical. The practical stuff wouldn't have cost that much. It would have been cheaper to go CGI plus practical, because it would have been better quality, because the CGI people had more time, and then like the practical stuff can be the reference for the CGI stuff. It makes no sense. It's Snow White. Like 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 how? All you need is like 50 effects, like a smoke generator, some lighting, some dwarves, and just like people who, like, you don't even need big sets. You can do it on like a TV budget. Just toss in an Alexa or an IMAX camera and just do that. And then splurge on the fight with the dragon at the end. It just I just I Hollywood logic, it just exhausts me.